What's up guys, and welcome to Be a Metal Fabricator. I got a short video for you today. We're going to be going over my 5 favorite metal fabrication and sheet metal shaping tools. Now these are going to be hand tools that are super affordable, and if you don't already have them in your shop or garage, you're going to want to get them on the list. I also have a bonus tool at the end of the video, so be sure to stick around. So starting at number 5, I'm going to be talking about the Pneumatic Die Grinder. Now this is great for cutting out old rust, replacing patch panels, and I have a 1/4 inch arbor on it to hold a 3-inch cutoff wheel. If this one happens to be by Snap-on or made by Snap-on, you don't need one made by Snap-on, but the Snap-on guy comes with the truck and I can't resist. This is a 1 horsepower pneumatic die grinder. You almost can't stop this thing. I really like to have a high horsepower die grinder because I've gotten the ones from Harbor Freight. They don't really last that long and they don't have a whole lot of power to them. And I really like that this thing, it just, once you turn on that trigger, it just doesn't stop. Now, these are pretty high priced when you get them off the tool truck. You can find some pretty affordable ones on eBay. I've seen some for less than $100. And I mean, I've had some of these. I have a Matco one over on the shelf over there, and I've had it going on 10 years. I hardly even oil the thing, which I should constantly do, but that thing's still running and I still use it on a constant basis. The pneumatic die grinder, definitely a must. All right, coming in at number 4, I'm gonna have to go with this Makita. It's an electric throatless shear. This is a really good tool to have around the shop. This one's actually a 110 volt. They have battery powered option for this. Now this is a good tool to have because you can rip a 4x8 sheet right in half with this thing. It could cut curves nice and clean. Unlike the cutoff wheel, there's no sparks. You almost don't need safety goggles, even though you should have them in the shop no matter what you're doing. But this right here is one heck of a tool. This will cut 16 gauge sheet, no problem. This is a really nice tool to have, especially if you have a domed panel or a crowned panel and you need to cut around it or cut around some edges. Perfect tool to have. All right, coming in at number 3, we got hammers and mallets. I have a thing for hammers. I love hammers. I got a bunch of different types of hammers and I use all of them in certain situations. Now, this mallet right here, this is a hell of a mallet. This one is made by Pro Shaper, Rachaline. He's the one that made this hammer and I really like this thing. It moves a lot of metal in the sandbag really quick and it's nice and heavy. It's got a lot of weight to it and it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to actually let it just kind of drop on its own and put some real stretch in a panel. Also, body hammers. I have a few of them, but this one's my favorite. This one's actually from Harbor Freight. I've had this one for a long time. This is always my go-to body hammer. This is the one that I use most of the time right here. And then slapper hammers. I have a few of these as well. It's good to have a couple of them, but these slapper hammers really do a good job. If you've seen any of my videos, I could make some sheet metal really straight with some of these and it turns out really beautiful, especially if you got a good polish on the front of it. So that slapper hammer, that's a must-have in the shop, and so is this mallet. Even the body hammers, you gotta have them. Now number 2 is gonna have to be the angle die grinder. Now just like the straight die grinder, I like the higher horsepower grinders, and these are really nice to have. I've had this one right here for probably more than 10 years and this thing is still cooking. It's always doing in work. I use these things every single day, every day, and they got a bunch of different attachments like your grinding disc. This is a 36 grit roll lock right here, and then you got your strip discs. This one's pretty used up, but this takes off paint, rust, Bondo, whatever you need taken off. And then you got your fiber discs too for like aluminum, stuff like that. But these are really nice. These ones also, they don't stop when you're grinding. These just keep right on going, whether you're grinding on an edge or grinding down a weld. These are really good to have. I like these pneumatic grinders much better than the electric ones. They're just small, you can maneuver them. They're really easy to use. This is a must-have in any shop right here. All right, coming in at number 1, my all-time favorite tool in the shop has gotta be the English wheel. This is the only tool in the shop I would use if I could. This tool, I just love this tool. There's something about turning a flat piece of steel into a beautiful work of art like a fender or a motorcycle gas tank or a patch panel that fits just perfect. And this is the tool for the job. This one's actually made by Eastwood. I think you can get it online for like 600 bucks or something. I have a 10% discount code for Eastwood down in the description if you guys are looking into any type of Eastwood tools. But this has been a pretty good tool. I've had this one for probably 6 years or so. I'm about to upgrade to a bigger English wheel, something a little bit more professional, I would say, in a sense. Something a little bit bigger. I could build bigger panels with it, do some coach building, stuff like that. But the English wheel is a must-have if you're trying to build some fenders, some curves, you know, polish out some dents in a panel that you could fit within the range of the throat of the English wheel. There's also not a lot of people that know how to use this tool anymore. So if you learn how to use one of these, you're going to be one of the very few, the small percentage of people that actually know how to utilize one of these to create what you need. All right, guys, if you made it this far into the video, I'd greatly appreciate it. Now, I promised at the beginning that I'd have a bonus tool at the end of the video. So for the bonus tool, I'm going to have to go with this tucking tool right here. This tucking tool puts tucks in sheet metal flawlessly. Very easy, no effort needed, and it works really good. Rather than using like a tucking fork or anything like that, this works exceptionally well. Now, you can't go out and buy this tool. You'll have to build it yourself. I have the plans on my website. If you guys want the plans for this thing, check out the website at bmmetalfabricator.com. There's a link in the description. You can get you the plans for this. I had this thing built in about an hour or so. So yeah, this is a great tool to have, and I use this constantly whenever I'm shaping metal. So go check it out. Also, if you guys want to learn how to utilize any of these tools, I'm hosting in-shop classes here, and I'm teaching welding, English wheel, patch panel replacement, all that good stuff. Now, if that's something that you guys are interested in and you want to up your fabrication game, go check out the website for the details. Other than that, thanks for joining. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.